Hey guys, hope you are doing well. So the month of October has been started, so we are hoping for a green month after closing September in red. My name is Mike Denkler from CorionX, and we are bringing you the most important crypto news, technical analysis, altcoin, NFT, DeFi gems to keep you updated and educated about the evolution of the money and also the evolution of the internet. So guys, smash those like, push the bell and notification, or subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Smashing those like helping out the YouTube algorithm. So appreciate all your likes, and let's go and check out our favorite bubble charts. Let's see what's happening on the market. We see Bitcoin is up 1.3%, Ethereum is slightly up 1%. A little bit positive day. Lunacy, Reserve, XLM, Algorand are correcting, but other coins are just doing well, like Elrond, Uniswap, Maker, and also the proof of work Ethereum version. Let's go and check out our favorite indicator, the crypto fear and greed index. And yes, we are at 24, so not too much happening here, just hovering around 20 in the extreme fear zone. So not the investor sentiment is still bearish and still in the extreme fear zone. Let's go and check out our first news. Let's see, BTC price still not at max pain. 5 things to know in Bitcoin this week. So we are not still in the max pain. Spot price avoids multi-year low weekly close. Yeah, so that was a multi-week close. The prior close had nonetheless been the lowest since November 2021 on the weekly time frame. The bears remained in full swing last night during the Asian, while the bulls failed to give us any good rallies to work off on. Next big move is up, according to Credible Crypto. Typically prior to these major moves and after capitulation, we see a period of low volatility before the next move begins. Bitcoin price increases is just a matter of time. Il Capo is charting this, and he thinks that Bitcoin could go up to 20,500 and then drop back to this 14 and 16,000 US dollar level, and starting its way to the upper 20,000 zone in November. And if this will happen, that maybe this will be the final shakeout. If this was the real bottom, Bitcoin should be trading close to 25 to 26,000 by now. Credit Suisse unnerves as dollar strength goes nowhere. So beyond crypto, attention is coalescing around the fate of major global banks, in particular Credit Suisse and Deutsche Bank. Yes, we can see inside C5 firm Credit Suisse, just like we could not see inside of C5 firm Celsius Free Arrow Capital. Okay, Bitcoin price is already pushed down to the limit, well below 20 week moving average. We have had contagions from USD, Free Arrow Capital, and leverage flushed already. BTC is massively shorted as a hedge. Even if Credit Suisse, Deutsche Bank collapse and trigger a financial crisis, can't see us going much lower. Yes, and the US dollar strength index just fall a little bit. In early 2023, DXY will once again rally with target of 120. This will be deflationary bust, and equities will crash in a larger bust than during 2007 and 2009 in this financial crisis. So largest deflationary bust since 1929 that we see now. Miner revenue measure nears all-time low. Bitcoin miner revenue per terahash on the edge of all-time lows. Margin squeeze, so also miners are capitulating at as we are speaking. Bitcoin hash rate hitting all-time highs while price goes down in a recipe for disaster rather than a cause for celebration. As miner profitability gets squeezed, odds of another round of miner capitulation increase in the event of a down move, but hopium never dies. GBTC discounts hits new all-time low. Institutions are not even bidding for 22,000 BTC looked for 6 months. So yes, so institutions are not buying from GBTC. Objectively, I would say there is not much interest in BTC from US-based institutional investors until GBTC starts getting bid closer to net asset value. Charting Bitcoin's Max Payne scenario, past cycles bottom when approximately 60% of the coins traded below their purchase price. Now we are at 50%, just at 50. Well, we hit this again. I don't know. The structure of this current market this time around, it's very different. So this is the total supply in loss, and as you see, if we are going above 60% of the total supply, that will be the real capitulation, just like in 2020 March. Let's go, and yes, so this was a news. Let's go and check our next news. Crypto analyst warns Bitcoin could witness massive devaluation as equities markets print fresh 2022 lows. Okay, so if the S&P 500 drops down to the next major region between 32 to 34 hundredths points, I think the right assumption would be that crypto beta would be at least 2-3x, that which at a minimum means Bitcoin retests the ledge of the highest volume node of the last 5 years, so around 13,000 US dollar. I know people will quote idiosyncratic strength recently, which strength has been notable. Okay, if we can break above these local highs, I think Bitcoin sees some momentum come in. These local highs around 20,000 US dollar. I can be a bear all I want, but if this jumps to creek, it's a damn fine setup to long and good reason to divorce the narrative and play the technical instead. Yeah, so this should be a break. Also, we have this trend line here going down and pushing the price down. Next piece of news, we already talked about that crypto could enjoy renaissance as trust in banks fades. And Stanley Druckenmiller is talking about central banks, but not just central banks. As you see, the biggest bank like Deutsche Bank, Credit Suisse is getting some liquidity issue. So next, billionaire Chamath Palihapitiya forecast major market shift after currently calling 2022 market crash. Okay. He's a billionaire, a big investor in tech companies. This is the time, I think, to start nibbling and start getting ready to really rip the money in. I think there is enough signals every day that tell me, at least on the margin, it's time, because I think the markets do a reasonable good job of digesting news and then pricing the forward reality. Today's price is everything we already know. So the real guess is what's about to happen in the future. From my perspective, I'm actually starting to get a little constructive here. What market participants have always known for the last decade is that if things got very hairy, if there was uncertainty in the market, the Federal Reserve would, and they have constantly stepped in to create a buyer of last resort. So it always eliminated the last part of the true supply-demand balance. We could be 3 to 5% from the lows, but we are more near the lows than the highs. Yes, by the way, we will also relive what we have empirically known to be true, and it's been pretty well proven. The investments that one makes in this period will probably be the best for many years to come, because they will have the most asymmetric upside. That was true in 2008 and 2009 and in 2010. It was true in 2022, 2003 and 2004. So asymmetric upside. So what a strange word. Okay, so we are much closer to the bottom than to the top, and if we are investing now in equities, and in crypto, then we can make a generational wealth, but maybe the price will go lower. Bank of England bonds rescue has two ugly implications: more inflation and even weaker pound. Okay, so that was a kind of with the UK government bonds and sterling both failing hard in recent days, the Bank of England has been forced to step in only a few months after it, so they purchased bonds. Next piece of news is trading like a layman moment. Credit Suisse, Deutsche Bank suffer from distressed valuations as the bank's credit default insurance nears 2008 levels. Phew. Okay. Credit Suisse and Deutsche Bank valuations have dive boomed. Investors discuss the systemic risk to the global economy. Credit Suisse CDC spreads at 14-year high. So credit default insurance. So investors are thinking that Credit Suisse cannot pay its debt, and critical moment, as has stressed, the Swiss-based financial institutions has a strong capital base and liquidity position. Large investor says Credit Suisse CDs is trading like a layman moment. Worst foremost CEO says anyone who fully trusts Credit Suisse accounting also believes in unicorns and the tooth fairy. Okay. So all collateral liabilities 400 billion. Leveraged exposure. So guys, this is huge. Leveraged exposure 900 billion, and this is the problem. Investors should avoid Credit Suisse and buy Deutsche Bank. Okay, we'll see, but this is not good for the traditional financial system. And maybe it will have Bitcoin, but we don't want to have some pain in order to the Bitcoin price go up. So Coinbase suffers major outage for customers with US bank accounts. The exchange has identified the problem and it's working to address the issue. So there was a problem. Customers were not able to withdraw their funds, and that was an issue with some ACH withdrawals, deposits and buy failures. So this is some banking stuff. We are currently unable to take payments or make withdrawals involving US bank accounts. So Bitcoin always works, US bank accounts not always. Bitcoin price starts October down 0.7, aim it hope for final 20,000 push, and traders 20,500 upside target remains. And this is our chart, and you see October used to be a green month. Just in this history of Bitcoin, 3 times was in red, and always December and November also a good month. This is the longest such streak since the 2018 bear market, which produced 14 red candles from February 18 to March 19. Each bear market streak has been longer than the last. Major banks sound alarm bells among analysts. Yes, a failure of one of them is likely to call the survival of the others into question. Yeah, so sad to hear that, but this is Credit Suisse is not the only major bank whose price to book is flashing warning signals. The list below is all GCBs with under 40%, and several banks are on that list. Next piece of news is Bitcoin 2021 bull market buyers capitulate as data shows 50% losses. So the last year bull market coins have been sold. These coins have been bought between April 2021 and April 2022 at prices above 30,000. This signal means that many holders who have entered the market during the 2021 bull market and about the $30,000 mark have recently capitulated and exited the market at an approximate 50% loss. So this is how they capitulate instead of waiting out, and within 5 years we will see much higher prices. These types of capitulations tend to occur during the last months of a bear market, pointing to a potential bottom formation in the near future. Looking at the on-chain spending pattern of long-term hodlers measured through the spend output profit ratio, we can find the biggest selling points at a loss. Historically, these points have been the best risk-adjusted entries in the last 2 bear market flows. Bitcoin entity-adjusted SOPR, and this signaling the best, how should I say, so these lows are signaling the best entering levels. Cool. Next piece of news is XRP jumps 20% in a matter of hours amid SEC's latest setback in Ripple lawsuit. So that was a court ruling, and that was a partial ruling, not a final ruling, that partial ruling, and that was in favor of Ripple, and that is why the price pumped, but actually then dropped back. So former CFTC chair rules out the need to enact new laws in regulating stablecoins. So they are just ringing the alarm bell that stablecoins need regulation, and also that they are the right entity or right office to regulate crypto and stablecoins. Okay, we'll see. Next piece of news is top analyst makes case for Q4 Bitcoin and crypto rally as fiat currencies get crushed. Benjamin Cohen and Mike from Digital Asset News. Inflation is falling. We don't know how fast, but we reckon with the demand destruction in place, it's pretty fast. We are going to get some good CPI prints over the next 2 or 3 months. Markets are definitely bottoming for the S&P 500, 3,500 points base for a floor. Upside 4,800 points within 6 to 12 months is my take. And there is tons of cash on the sidelines, 3 trillion waiting to be deployed. If the war stopped between Russia and Ukraine, that would be game on. In terms of the Fed, they talk a big game, they do a lot of jawboning, but do they have bite? Watching the credit markets roiling like we are seeing now after seeing the UK blank this week, after seeing Germany print, China saying very clearly that they are going to dump the rest of their $1 trillion in treasuries as quickly as possible. That's going to put downward pressure on the DXY US dollar index and hopefully have some of the other markets currencies. So guys, China, Germany, UK are selling US dollar to defend their currency, and that can cause US dollar going down and DXY going down. We know Q4 is good. We know October is often called October and Moon November, and all these different names are out there. I expect good things, especially now with people seeing how their domestic currencies are getting crushed. They are looking for a hedge. It just takes a little bit. Deploying 1 or 2% of assets has a huge impact on Bitcoin. So I see a good Q4 from here. Yes, so I can totally agree. And if I wouldn't be in crypto, then I would definitely deploy some money in Bitcoin, not just in US dollar or other currencies. So I would doing something to attract and just saving my wealth. 2x price surge in Terra Classic Loon C within a week. Terra Classic has increased more than 70% during the past week. Loon C is currently trading around 0.0031. And okay, also the recent announcement from the Binance exchange regarding the Terra Classic burn mechanism. So they are burning. So that was a huge drop, but now Luncy started to go back. Luncy rapid surge. Binance announced it plans to reduce the token supply. Binance implements Terra's 1.2% burn tax on September 26th. Within an hour of the announcement from the exchange, the price of Lunacy increased by more than 45%. Binance will implement a burn mechanism to burn all trading fees on Luncy spot and margin trading pairs by sending them to Luncy burn address. So they are burning. Let's go and trade on Binance if you are holding Luncy. But be careful because it's highly volatile coin. Next, NFT and Metaverse adoption. Walmart enters the Metaverse with Roblox experiences aimed at younger shoppers. Walmart is entering the Metaverse with two experiences, Walmart Land and Walmart's Universe of Play in gaming platform Roblox. The retailer is experimenting with other ways to reach shoppers, including shoppable receipts, live streaming events, and augmented reality feature for furniture. Walmart's marketing chief William White said the company will use Roblox as testing ground as it considers other moves in the metaverse and beyond. Cool. Yes, we will be talking about this next time. So guys, let's go and check my Twitter feed. Definitely follow me at MIKLOS on Twitter, and also follow at Corion platform, and definitely follow at LaserPunkGods. So LaserPunkGods are doing well, and we are going forward with our NFT Launchpad testing. It went really well. So buy Bitcoin as you can. Buying opportunity: if Fed continues raising interest rates, US dollar will get stronger, causing gold, silver, and Bitcoin prices to go lower. Buy more when Fed pivots and drops interest rates, as England just did. You will smile while others cry. Take care, my friend. Give a like and share. New York did just raised 720 million from institutions to buy Bitcoin. 7 years ago, 55,000 Turkish lira got you a Volkswagen. Now an iPhone 14 cost almost the same amount. Buy Bitcoin before you need it. Give a like and share. Investing in dead periods of an asset could be provide the highest ROI, as also Plan B just marked here. When he purchased Bitcoin, it was at the lowest in that year. CZ, there are no banks here, but there is crypto now. Hooray! Top 10 DeFi projects. Horde and Redlight doing great job recently. Check this out. Due to inflation, quantitative tightening would be necessary, but as there is more chaos in the markets, central banks need to intervene and print money. So EU energy crisis, printing money. UK pension funds on the brink, printing money. Yuan tanking, printing money. Systemically important bank on the brink, yes, printing money. And Bitcoin finished September in red, will be an October, yes, so we like this. And guys, let's do this. So underwater sweetness, I like it. And test mint was successful also to Genie NFTs. Give a like them, and yes. Guys, that's it. Let's go and check out what's happening on our charts. Let's see. The DXY, the dollar strength index, is just dropping a little bit. This is good for the markets. They are getting some brass. Also gold started to go up, and we see, let's go and check out the stock market. So what is the S&P 500 doing? So S&P 500 is up 2%, and that after this lower low, the price is consolidating. Maybe it will retest this previous support level, but definitely, yeah, so definitely watch out. This maybe we will bounce from here, but not sure. But for now, it looks pretty good with 2% plus. Let's go and check out Bitcoin. And the funny thing that as S&P dropped, actually S&P dropped, let's see, from this high, September 13 high, it dropped almost 10%. And let's check Bitcoin. So Bitcoin dropped. Yeah, almost the 10%, almost the same. So the good thing that Bitcoin hasn't dropped further than the S&P. And let's check the monthly. You see we have this monthly candle red, and also August was a huge red candle, and September is red too. And as you see, we have this downward trending trend line, and also we can point several trend lines here, and now we are getting closer to break it. If Bitcoin would break it, then I would place a momentum long here, because then we can target 30,000, but maybe this will be a huge fake out and then dropping to 14,000. So be very careful, trade it very carefully. What about Bitcoin dominance? So Bitcoin dominance, after dropping, consolidating, and now doing a kind of W pattern, and now we are at the neckline. Yeah, so guys, that's it for today. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, and also follow Corion platform, and follow Laser Pangats, and see you in the next video. Bye bye. Take care.